Joseph was forced to flee his country in the first year of his life. Being so young, he had no choice in this matter, but his family was fleeing from the coming war. They were hearing news of genocide and rebel uprisings coming from Rwanda, and that violence was spreading into their country, Zaire. The country was known as the Democratic Republic of the Congo, but the dictator, Mobutu Sese Seko, changed the name when he came to power. There was unrest regarding this dictator, and soon the rebels began fighting to overthrow Mobutu. Joseph's family hid from the coming war in the neighboring country of Tanzania in the refugee camp called Nyarugusu, alongside many other Congolese people. The Nyarugusu refugee camp held around 60,000 refugees, all of whom were frowned upon for being foreign. Life was hard in the refugee camp, not because of resources, rather because of the racial discrimination. Many of the Congolese families could not attend the medical clinics because they would not receive any treatment and were left to die. Because of this, his family would never go to the hospitals. They would have to find jobs, which were extremely low paid, in order to hire a doctor for the family. He had his other essentials taken care of. He always had food and water, and he had an education. However, it was not up to par with what he wanted. He wanted to go to America, the land of freedom, and go to their school system so that he could grow up to fulfill his dreams. In a want to better his education, in 2007, he decided to head back to the Congo to attend school and see his homeland. When he first arrived, he found that there was still destruction all around him. Still, he tried to attend school for 3 months, but it was too much for him. People were dying from rebel fightings, and he could no longer stand it. He moved back to his family in Tanzania and once again was safe. However, Joseph still longed for a better education. This, as well as the always present racial discrimination, encouraged his family to leave the refugee camp and find a better life. So his family applied to leave the refugee camp and waited for 3 months to see if they would be accepted. It never seemed very likely. Only about 10 families in the entire refugee camp got accepted. Joseph vividly remembers the day that the UN official knocked on his door and told him, "Congratulations, you've been accepted to go to America as part of the UNHRC program." Joseph's first thoughts were of a better education. It's about school, 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 as Joseph said, and with school he would be able to grow up and help people around the world. Only 2 weeks after he was told he was to go to America, he was off to start an entirely new life. He flew to America to begin his life in San Diego. He was living in City Heights and was quite apprehensive about leaving the house for the first 2 days. He was told that it isn't the safest part of the city, so he was quite nervous. On the third day, he was finally ready to leave the house and see what America was like. Without warning, he heard gunshots directly in front of his house. By the time he was able to understand what was happening, 2 people were already dead outside of his house. He does not remember much past this, but he does remember, in that moment, he felt he would never be able to love America. Fortunately, after about a month, he was beginning to feel much more comfortable in this new country and begin to play sports and make friends. This was how he came to learn English. With his new understanding of English, as well as his enrollment in the American school system, he is free to pursue his dreams, free to become influential enough to help countries in dire need in any way that he can find. He dreams of traveling back to the Congo to promote peace, to become a man everyone could look up to.